Hey, nature photographers, it's Lee Hoy, your generally friendly OM System Ambassador, and I'm back with another video, and this one I've been very excited to do. This product arrived at my house just when I was beginning my workshop back in late February in India, and I could not wait to get home and check it out. The manufacturer contacted me asking me if I would like to review this product. It came from, look at this, FotoPro. That's right. Very excited. As you guys know, I'm a huge FotoPro fan. I use their tripods. I have an E6 and an E6L. And they asked me if I wanted to try out the new, I think it's called the Origin Plus 0-8H. It's a travel tripod. And here's the thing. You guys have heard me say most travel tripods don't do the job. I have not opened this box. I waited until I was going to review this video. Do you know how hard that was for me to not open this and take a look? But I believe by not opening the box and starting from scratch on the video is the best way to give you an honest assessment of this tripod. I hope this thing is spectacular. With FotoPro's reputation and with their other tripods, I have no reason to believe that I'm not going to like it. So I will be sharing with you a lot of detail about this. I'm going to be going over some of the specs, and we're going to work and open this box together. Stay tuned. Hello, my name is Lee Hoy, and welcome to my YouTube channel, Lee Hoy Photography. I'm an OM System Ambassador, Senior Workshop Instructor for Wildside Nature Tours. I'm a workshop instructor for precision camera and video, and a contributing author for the Journal of Wildlife Photography. Well, it's time to talk about some of the specs. Let's just look at some of the basics of this tripod before we open the box. So, first thing, this tripod is a maximum height of 60.47 inches. So I'm 5'7", and I always say I like a tripod that's going to come up to about head height. So that works well for me. It's a 4-section tripod, and that's nice because that means it's going to collapse down to just under 20 inches, coming in at 19.92. Its minimum height, 6.96 inches. That's awesome. I like getting low. I don't need a center column to make it even higher. That's unstable. So I love that. And here's another key factor. The weight, 3.37 pounds. So a light tripod. My question is, how durable and stable is it going to be? So if you're with me, let's crack open this box. I have been waiting. You guys, if you guys don't know how much I enjoy sharing with you, the fact I have not, look at this clean box. The fact I have not opened it just to peek at it. Here, let's get rid of that. Oh, look at this. Okay, so first thing I notice is a very nice compact travel case. Look at this. I like this handle. Nice strap. A little FotoPro action going on here. Okay. And looks like there's a little zippered pouch. This is really, so let me compare it. Where's my E6 going on here? Okay. So the bag, here's one thing I like. Here's my bag for the E6. Okay. Look at the size difference. This is going to help out a lot when it comes to packing. So I love my E6L. This is an amazing, actually I think this one's my E6. This is an amazing tripod. But today it's all about the Origin Plus. And let's see what we've got. I'll be honest, I'm like a kid in a candy store. I'm talking to them about becoming one of their ambassadors. I am very selective on who I want to work with, and I love their gear, so really hoping that comes through. Here's the owner's manual with a couple of hex wrenches. Let's see what else we got in here. Looks like a couple of extra something. Okay, so this thing is really small. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to notice, let's see, that's just filler. First thing I notice is the legs have a similar design to the Peak Design tripod that I don't like. But right off the bat, they are thicker and they're much more stable. So this jumps out at me right off the bat. I was really worried about the ability for a travel tripod to be steady. And I can tell you, I can grab a Peak Design leg like this and give it a little flex. And this is not flexing at all. I'm trying not to be too hopeful, but I really can feel the legs. This thing is very light. I like this rubber grip on this leg. Now, I've often said I prefer screw down legs over clips. Over time, I will see how well these do at staying in place. I find they tend to get loose some, so I'm going to be interested to see, and you guys know I'll talk about that over time. Right off the bat, the second leg, look at that. I cannot flex that yet. Man, I'm hopeful on this. Okay, you guys see I am not being gentle with this thing. I'm very hopeful at this point. Now, I do see a center column, but the nice thing is I see the ability to remove it. I really don't need a center column. I don't like them. I will probably take this off. However, if you're shooting in storms, one way to give this some stability is to hang something heavy from this. So I don't know, I may or may not take it off immediately. I might leave it on there, or I might just keep it in the bag in case I need it. So let's go ahead and extend all these legs. I'm going to tell you, I feel like the clamps here have some nice build to them. You know, when I'm doing this in my head, and I should be talking out loud, I'm thinking about operating this with a glove, with you know, a liner and a thick mitten. And what I like is the leg, the lever sticks out a pretty good ways from the leg. So that will make that easier to grab in cold or rainy situations. Sorry, I think I just hit the tripod that my video camera's on. All right, now I've got everything out. Now I'm gonna do what I call my flex test. I'm gonna push on the legs. And I can tell you right now, there's a little bit of give, but nothing like the Peak Design. So this already has, to me, a firmer build than the Peak Design. Here's why I am not a, you know, center column guy. This is what everybody does, right? And just right off the bat, there's not nearly as much steadiness when you do that. So for me, shooting like that, that will not be a possibility. I just won't do that. So it's a little shorter than my head height, but it's a travel tripod. That's what's going to happen. I could get it to my head height by using the center column, but I won't do that. And it's not often that I need it up here, okay? But that's just one of the things I like. So it's got Arca Swiss compatible. They said they have a unique, I can't remember what the feature was that they said they were including on this one. I don't know. Here's a little box. Whoops. Let's see what this is. You guys tell, I do not pre-plan these things. This is the RZ3. Looks like some kind of a quick release deal, maybe. Well, I'll need to do some research on that and get back to you on this, because I'm not sure if this is just a... Yeah, I'm going to have to do some research on what this part is, okay? So, believe me, before I finish this video, you will learn what this does. It looks like... you know what? This is a quick release. So, yeah, that's what this would go in here. This is Arca Swiss compatible at the base. And then it just lets you pull this off super fast somehow. Yeah. I'll have to see if my Black Rapid strap would attach to that and whether or not that's something I'll use. So it's got a nice locking mechanism to keep it from coming out of place. If it won't work with my Black Rapid strap, I'll just use a traditional Arca Swiss plate on the bottom of my camera. Now the ball head, one thing I notice here is it's kind of a single, it's got one lever for general adjustment. You can see right here, one lever. And then it's got, what is this going to do? Oh, that must be to tighten. So I'll figure out what that, I literally haven't read the manual. I will, and I'll come back to you. And then it looks like I've got a dial for spinning the tripod head. So I would loosen this. Nice smooth rotation. I like the smooth action of the ball here. The lever has a little bit of play in it. So I'm trying to think about what it'd be like using gloves. I think this is going to work well. I normally like bigger controls, but again, it's a travel tripod. I'm not going to get that in here. This knob, the knob right here that you see, that's a little on the smaller side. I'll be interested to see how well I do that with gloves. But it's got kind of serrated edges that stick out. So it's not a small round knob. So that's going to help get a little grip on that better. Wow, I've got some research to do. So that's my initial first impression. Very light. Definitely not nearly as much flex. If I did this with the Peak Design one, you would see the legs just really give. They give a little, but on a Peak Design, I mean, it just flexes ridiculous. Looks like I've got a level here on the right side. Wow. Okay. So let me go do a little research. I'm giving you my first impression here, and then I'm going to come back, tell you a little bit more about this tripod. Okay, so here it is. I have mounted the camera to the quick release plate. I have not tested with my strap. We will do that with them in a minute. So I found out this is called the panoramic locking knob. I'm not exactly sure what I use that for yet. I have to do a little more research. Here is the knob that we use for rotating. So spin this, loosen it. Now I can rotate the ball head this way. Nice locking. So if we come around, you'll see here that there is a 1/4 inch threaded expansion. So that would be great for attaching like a small rig adapter for a light, a microphone, all kinds of things. Okay. Here you see these are the pull-outs that you would open in order to pull the legs out further to lower the tripod by using the angle of the legs. You can see we got a scale down here at the bottom. Then this is the knob by which we use to adjust the height of the center column. So there is a hidden hex wrench in here. So here's the little bitty, ooh, can you see that? So there's the small wrench. And then I assume, yeah, right in here, let me make sure I show you this. So right in here is where we're going to take that off. So you can see that is indeed how you remove the center column. Okay, so now the center column has been taken off by unscrewing that right there. And then I just stuck this back in the tripod. So now I can use it without the center column. I can put it back. It did not take long. It was just very hard to film and do it at the same time. Okay. Now I found out, these, you can actually adjust the tension on these with the hex wrench. So that'll be nice if they start getting a little loose, which, like I said, these tile connectors generally do, but we'll see. I'm going to see how long they hold up on that. I learned that, okay, so the tension knob here for holding your camera in, I like it. It's nice and big. It has a level on the end here. And then I also found out there is yet another level, right, can I find it? Yeah, right in here. See that? So they're small. I probably need to put on my reading glasses because my eyesight's getting that way. But so you have a level here, the level here, and then we have another level right here. So 3 different levels to help you get everything set up. So far I'm liking the controls. Like I said, yeah, I normally like bigger, but it's a travel tripod, and I'm going to be taking this with me to Argentina. I'm going to be doing some street photography, some portrait work there. You guys will get to meet my girlfriend and see how this works. So So far, my first impression, I just want to give you this up close view. Now what we've got to do, we got to test this quick release and see if it's going to work with my Black Rapid strap. All right, so I've got my Black Rapid strap, like if I were just going to be carrying this around the street. So without, it just slides off that quick. So I'm really digging this quick release. So watch this. It's locked in place. All I do, boom, camera is off the tripod. I will say that is easier than unscrewing and screwing that in. But so here comes the test. This has to work with my Black Rapid strap or it's a no-go. Oh my God, I'm very happy now. I will not lie. I did not think that was going to work, but it does. So that means I am going to use this. Look at that. Ready to shoot. Okay, that's something I haven't had in the past, and then bam, it's off the tripod. I tell you what I like about this. I broke a 12-40 lens not too long ago in Grand Teton. Hands were all bundled up, and I thought I had tightened the Arca Swiss plate holder, the tension knob here on another tripod enough. And when I picked it up to carry it, I had not, and it slid off. I was wearing not just gloves, but the mittens as well. So the nice thing about this is, listen, I mean, I am locked and ready to go. I can keep the tension knob there just as tight as I want. Oh, okay. I'm very happy with that. That's great. And that is the RZ3 quick release. That is a highlight so far for me on here. So let's take a look. Take off my camera strap here. So let's take a look at what these legs are like. Whoops, so this pulls out. This is how you get down to 6 inches too. You'd pull these out. Starting to take up some space. When you, whoops, yep, sorry, I'm banging everything here in my house. Let's just do this. Let's shorten this a little bit. I haven't tested this, what it's like closing the legs. Yeah, some nice tension there. So right now, I'm very optimistic about this tripod. I'm really looking forward to putting it through some tests out in the field. And another nice thing, the rubber feet here, you pull these off. Oh, that's what was in the bag, or replacement rubber feet. You pull these off and you have spikes. I've never really needed that. I mean, I suppose I could in certain situations, but I might in the future, but it's not something I have them on all my tripods. And the one thing I've noticed about FotoPro that's very different from a lot of other manufacturers and why I like them, you take them off, you put them back on, they stay. They don't fall off, you don't lose them. I've had very good luck with their stuff. Let's see how this is. Oh yeah. So I am very hopeful about how this is going to perform in the field. I mean, the ultimate test is using it like in big monsoon storms out here in West Texas. How well does it hold up to that? That's when I'll probably put the center column on and hang something heavy from it. I have sandbags, I have, backpacks and stuff. So, and here's what this looks like. Let me go ahead and take off with the center column taken out. This is kind of cool. Let me find that little, check this out. I really like this. So your tool for attaching and removing the center column is just a little bitty hex wrench, and it just pops in magnetically right there. Check that out. Okay, so then all I have to do, put that back in, tighten that down. Now I don't have to worry about that center column if I don't want to. That easy. A lot of nice designs, a lot of thought went into this tripod. Again, when I'm using it for landscape, I'm thinking about doing a lot more hiking up in high elevations out here in West Texas, and having a 3-pound tripod to go up to do star trails, to do night sky, to do storms up high. The highest peak in Texas is only 151 miles from my house, Guadalupe Peak. This will be a whole lot easier to carry up than a lot of other tripods. So, hey FotoPro, I think you have a winner. I will do another video of it actually out in the field. So again, first impressions, initial review. I don't believe you can actually give someone a proper full review until you've used something in the field for a little bit. So I am going to put it to the test. And I tell you what, this is so, I mean, it may not look that much smaller in some respects than the E6, okay? But in terms of the space it's going to take up in the bag, this gimbal head takes up a lot more space. So I like this. I like this. I feel like it's going to work in my, you'll notice just subtle things, but when you're packing for destinations that limit you to 40 pounds or so, every little bit helps. And again, this is a fantastic tripod. I absolutely love this. But this may be much more of a better tripod for me on the road. Stay tuned. I hope you'll learn more about this when I'm using it out in the field. I've got some other great videos coming up. Remember, get out there, go capture some visually compelling images. Thanks for joining me.